I started to clean out. There he is. Anyway, he's in there somewhere. Alright, so I'm cleaning this thing out, and let me see all the cancer that's in the side of it. I knew that was all there. Anyway, gonna go see if we can go throw a battery charger on it and go get it started. And I think I found one of the problems why it didn't start. And I've seen this several times before. It screwed a lot of people up. And you got one side of the battery, the other side of the battery. Okay, you see red, you hook at the positive, right? And you look right there, it's going to the body. That's the ground. And that is your positive. So the battery's in backwards. So that will make for some issues. Might take a generator out too. So who knows if this battery's any good or anything now. It is already 6 years old, 4 of 10. Yeah. So I'm going to spin that around, and we'll throw a charger on it and see if it comes back to life, and we'll see if we can get this thing to crank at all or do anything. And we'll kind of go from there. Stinking water and mice. Does so much damage. And it's the next morning. Swap some cars around. Put this up on the lift. Yesterday I was just kind of going through it. I vacuumed all the crap out of it, and I got a better idea how much rust it has and that kind of thing. And one of the reasons why I couldn't get it started, actually the battery was in backwards. Fix that, do that on a charger, but the starter is stuck. So it's got to come out. That's the other reason why we're going to go put it on the lift. So I figure we'll lift it up in the air. We'll see if it falls in half. So far, so good. So hopefully I can get that starter to free up. If not, I think I have a crappy one to put in there. But go push forward more with see if we can get this thing to run. Assess what we have for an engine and a transmission and all that kind of stuff, you know. We'll go all the way up. And that's all the way up. Let's go get us a light. Alright. Don't be scared. Alright. I know somebody put pans in it at some point. And of course, you know, all the weather got in and the pans are shot again. So you can kind of see the issues with that. Or at least rear pans. Maybe the front halves are still good. Might get away with rear sections. Channels. It's got one bolt holding the floor. Probably didn't have anything else to bolt into. There's holes there. I think they just did a half-assed job of putting them in. They didn't line them up to the holes very well. That's what it is. They sucked. Yeah, that's all on an angle and cocky. Amateurs, I tell you. Like I'm a professional. Beam's not rotted up. Front of the car actually looks pretty decent. Aftermarket fender. Put new tires on it. The tits are still on it, but the sidewalls are starting to crack. Yeah, heater channels are punky. At least this one's got the bolts in it on this side. And here's the back half of that heater channel, just nobody there. It's dirty. So, I'd say 2 pans, both heater channels, and then the, see that part above the starter there? That's the luggage compartment floor below the window. That's gone too. I can see. I saw it from the top, and I can see it from the bottom there too. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's just carpet above it, you know, so it's kind of making it look like it's solid, but it's not. All the common areas that fail. But again, I've seen worse, and this being a 67 convertible, it is, you know, a lot better than trying to restore like a 74 standard Beetle or something. It costs you all the same amount of money. It's just that at the end of the day, the car is worth that much more. All right, well, not terrible. Not bad at all, actually. So, I'm going to continue with, I'm going to take an air gun, we'll blow all that crap out of up in there first, and then we'll get that starter out of there, and see if that starter can resume life as a starter. I took that out of there. It's a remanufactured one, and it turns. I was expecting it not to turn, but who knows? Let's give it some. These use a bushing in the front to support the starter, so they'll have a hard time trying to spin out of the car because there's no front bushing to support it. But we should be able to grab that and kind of twinkle it around a little bit and get it to go. Wants to go. Turns a little bit. I got a bus bell housing. I don't know if there's a bushing in it. I think once you get it to go, it'll probably clean the armature by itself. Yeah. Waiting for me to pinch my finger in here, aren't you? Just because I'm too lazy to open it up. All right, I'm gonna go see if I can find a bell housing and stick it on there and see if we can hold that square and try it. So I stuck it in that bell housing. I had to pop the bushing out of the center of it. This has a very large center. Let's see if this helps us any. Go power. There we go. Sounds like that thing needs a little Earl, don't it? Right, so I'm going to spin that around a couple of times. I don't know if there's a way to access the two bushings. I may just try spraying some crack behind the Bendix and see if that'll kind of help it out a little bit. We'll stick it back in the car and we'll see if the car will make it crank. Alright, that's back in. Let's pump the charger up to full throttle. See if it'll crank. Ah. Something's not happy in that starter world. So I'm suspecting the starter bushing is wore out and the starter bendix does not sit in the center. So sometimes it's easier, instead of screwing around, just pull the motor right out of the way and kind of see what's going on inside there. And I kind of want to look at the back of that fan of the motor, make sure there's a mouse nest not in there and all that kind of thing. Anyhow, so let's have at it. See if we can yank the motor out of it. I believe everything's disconnected, but I'm not positive. I'd like to walk the throttle cable out of there, but maybe not. Sucker's gotta come. I'm delayed. Believe it or not, I think it's a stupid rubber gasket holding it. Hey, I'm gonna beat on this a little bit. Yep, the little rubber gasket. Free, I tell you. I like the smell of old gas. Stinks. And it was dark. It is not. Not too bad. Acorns and crap down here. Yeah, so I'll get behind there, blow all that crap out of there. Alright, where were we over here? That's exactly what's going on. That's allowed to move around in the hole too much. So we need to go fix that bushing problem. Let me go take the starter out of there, we'll knock that bushing out of there, and we'll see what we need to repair that. So I'm hoping that this egged out bushing is the cause of our problem. See if it shows up. If I rotate it, see how it looks like an egg. So that's kind of the area that's away from the flywheel. It always wants to push, away from the flywheel, and it kind of digs in and digs in. So hopefully that's the issue, and had a couple other ones, and I had this one. I went to the hardware store to go check out their stash, and so for $3.49 I grabbed one of their bushings and had to drill out the ID of it so it's a nice snug fit. Some of the other ones I had, this one, but it's kind of sloppy. And this one's the same thing. I could take down the outside, but the inside's kind of sloppy. So I'm going to go pop that in the case, and we'll put that starter in there, and we'll crank the key, and we'll see what that does. I'm going to give it 50-50 whether that starter's any good or not. It just may not have enough snot so that when it goes out and it hits the motor, it just doesn't turn it. So let's go see. Alright, starter's back in, no motor. Alright, whether that was a problem or not, we're gonna find out. But I think what I'm gonna do is take that motor, we'll take the belt housing that I have and that known good starter, I'll probably just stuff that right on there, and we'll spin that motor up and do a compression test and maybe get into that while it's out. If there's anything I need to do, I could do it while it's out instead of yanking it back and forth a couple more times. So I'm gonna go give that a shot. Yeah, see if the jumper pack's got enough balls to crank this. I say we see if we go get some spark. If we get spark, we're gonna go see if we can dump a little fuel down it. I did put a quart of oil in it too as a quart low. Everybody asked why I didn't use that starter, because that starter's got a totally different size ID on it compared to the other one. So trying to keep the one with the motor, and this is spoken for the double cab. I cleaned the points and I got like a little once in a while kind of spark, and I looked at it a little closer, and that condenser wire is telling me that condenser may be long past its useful shelf life. So we got some new tune-up parts. We're going to go throw those in there and see if we can recover spark a little bit better than what it was just doing. Probably the original one. Yeah, I think I'm hooked up. Yeah, see if that does this. It's sparking. So we put that back together, dump a little fuel in it, see if it'll fire. Let's give it a shot. Got gas in it, got spark. Don't you hate when your battery goes away? So close, but yet so far. Okay. I gotta get some juice. Get some real power hooked up to it now. See what it does. Come alive! Good. like giving it gas. Sweet. It'll run out of gas at some point. Don't think I have an accelerator pump. Gotta go fix that next. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There you go. Oh, that's a nice shade of yellow. Oh, it's gonna pick it up. Looks clear on there, but trust me, it's not. Oh, if you could just smell it too. It just smells awesome. I think we'll let that fuel tank kind of pee out of there, and we'll get rid of the stuff that's in there, because I don't think it's down to about 30 or 40 octane by now. Good thing I put the took the fan housing off, huh? You can get much more in there. Yeah. Motor runs good now. Give that a half hour of running it down the road like that, though. Be into that. Stinking mice. Go put on my mask, put some gloves on, start doing some digging, get all that crap out of there. And it's pretty solid. Not much airflow going through that. The other thing I don't like neither is on the bottom of that fan shroud, there's supposed to be a bunch of fins with a thermostat, and all that got ripped out of there. Everybody thinks that kind of improves their airflow. It does the total opposite. Screws it all up. Those little vanes kind of steer the air where it needs to go around the heads, around the hot spots. The heads in the jugs. So keep an eye out for that stuff too. That's a little better. Now the air could actually come out the bottom side. At some point, all the tins should really come off of this, and everything gone through, and new intake boots put on it, and seals and everything. But as for right now, I'm just trying to make it a yard driver. And get in it, turn the key, pull it in and out of the garage, and kind of go from there. But that should do it. We'll get the blower housing back on it, and see if we stick the motor back in the hole. And I got the motor back in with 4 bolts in it, and nothing else hooked up yet, as you might be able to see. So just want to make sure my starter setup is good. See what we get. Oh yeah, that'll work. That's it for tonight, guys. I got called into dinner, so I'm gonna go wrap this one up. Thanks for watching, comment, subscribing, and we'll continue on this one tomorrow, and see if we can get it to yard drive. Still got brakes and all that kind of stuff to go do, but we're getting there. All right, see she'll go. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.